I know it's inside of you. You got a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. I know you can do it. You just have to believe in yourself. Hey, what's up to all my Luscious fans? Steve Alicious here with the 48-hour kind of mini review impressions of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. I'll try to keep it brief. Basically, we're going to be going over themes of things that you have to watch and things that I'm going to be watching throughout the week, using it, getting a feel for the device for the full review. It's important, and I wanted to get something out tonight because the pre-order bonuses do end, and they're significant. Don't miss out on that if you're thinking about one. Even if the ship date has been pushed a little bit, you're going to have to wait a while to get it. Don't miss out on that $200. Don't miss out on the ability to get those cases if you want to get a Galaxy Watch with it, or if you've been eyeing something like that, a wireless charger. There's a lot of things that they have on there, and $200 is still $200 worth of stuff, and cases and things you're going to get for the phone anyway. So you might as well take advantage of that and at least feel like you're recouping some of the money of the $1,200 that you're spending on a device like this. So, we joked about it a little bit in the intro, but it is the major theme so far of using this, and it is going to be battery life. Now, I didn't understand what I was going to get, because on Twitter, all the review units, I've seen a lot of different things, and I joked about it on Twitter, saying either between 15 minutes of screen on time or 8 hours of screen on time. And I've noticed so far, and that's 2 days, and it's still learning, so I can't go nuts yet, 5+ hours. Okay, the first day I got 5 hours out of the box, and that was after all the updates, all the apps, all the installations, all that stuff. So I kind of give it a break. I said, well, all right, it's learning all those things. I put it on max settings because that's how I want to use my phone. Brightness, adaptive, all the rest of it, the full display resolution, because I want to take it. Listen, you buy a phone like this that's supposed to be the best Android device, you want to use the best features on it. I don't think that's unreasonable whatsoever, and it has to get to 6 hours of screen on time. You have to feel that you could use it a lot and not be sweating the fact that you have to top off or bring a battery charger or any of that stuff with you. I think that's absolutely reasonable with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. And unlike the Z Flip 3, where you go into it recognizing that because of the form factor, because of the way it is, it kind of encourages you to use your phone less in a good way. Right? It's a healthy way using your phone less with the Z Flip 3. This phone is so good at everything else that you find yourself wanting to use it more. The performance and everything else is everything that you could have asked it to be, and they don't get a gold star for that. I've said that before. When you charge $1,200, it better be everything that you'd ask it to be. But the battery life has to back that up. Now, you'll notice that usually I'm not wearing like kind of a smartwatch, but I am wearing my S3 Frontier, because the first day I thought, all right, so I got 5 hours easily with the max settings, with installing everything. Perhaps the next day, as it learns, will be better. Next day it went down, and the only change I made was the fact that it's constantly connected through Bluetooth to the S3. So if that's an issue, I don't know if it's a Bluetooth drain that they got to work on, whatever it happens to be, but they got to fix it. So I'm going to let it learn with the Bluetooth connected. Then I'm going to take it off the Bluetooth and see. Today it got a little bit better. It's creeping back upwards of 5 hours of screen on time, but it's going to need a heck of a lot more. We're going to need to find another hour in there. We did talk about performance. Performance is excellent. Performance is, all the features and toys are there. It's meant to be, it's the highest price phone. You can make an argument that nothing is ever really justified over $1,000, but if you are going to spend that money on a phone, if you're somebody who's just looking at that monthly payment and you're saying, well, it's the difference between $36 on my monthly cell phone bill and $41, go ahead and get this because it's excellent. It's a phone with the S Pen that you just want to keep using more and more and more. You want to customize it. You want to do everything you can to it. You want to use the widgets. The screen is excellent. As always, Samsung always makes phenomenal panels, and this is no exception whatsoever. The improvements to the S Pen, you've been waiting for them. We were waiting a couple years for them, and they're absolutely there. There's one thing that I wanted to show, which was phenomenal on it, and that's just the palm rejection and the ability to, I could go ahead and have my hand for steadying and writing notes, just leaning on it, and it still doesn't, it still has no issue as long as I don't as long as I don't activate the assistant. But I can have my hand just resting on the device. And as long as you don't pull up from the bottom, if you just kind of have it laying there, you're going to have no issue whatsoever. And it's really been good. I like the new soft touch on the S Pen. No real problems there. The camera lag is got to go away. It's really bizarre. But you'll notice it. You will have an issue with the camera lag, the shutter lag, rather. You hit the button, and it's a full moment before it takes the picture. No, not just, you might say half a second. You're saying, well, is that really that big of a deal? It's a noticeable half second, almost to a second, where you're wondering, did it freeze? Did I actually take the image? It's bizarre. It's been around for a while. To me, it actually got worse than it was on the S21 Ultra, if that's somehow possible. It's something that if there's a release date patch tomorrow, whatever it happens to be, they got to fix it because it's weird. I'm not big on camera specs and all the rest of it, and we don't harp a lot on camera on this channel because the camera's excellent when it takes the photo. But it's got to be a situation where you can hit it. You got the best software, you got the best hardware right now on Android. You can have it where the shutter speed is less noticeable. The main thing that I want to talk about when you're dealing with this phone here, now you had to be a Note fan, maybe that's part of it, so that's full disclosure here. But while I was able to recognize that the S21 Ultra was the best Android in my mind out there and one of the best phones, it was a phone that I found myself just liking. When I would put my SIM in other devices to test them or whatever it happened to be, I was never in a rush to put it back into the S21 Ultra. The performance was there. The camera was there. The screen refresh rate and the panel and all the rest of it, the build quality and the design, everything was there. But it was a phone that I just liked. It wasn't a phone that I loved. This is a phone that I love. You can't put it down. You just want to keep using it. You want to find new ways to use it. Whether it's the squared off form factor, whether it's the S Pen, which is just so much fun when you're doing stuff in Notes and all the rest of it. But I've been using OneNote. I've been using my S Pen. It's been great. Planning for videos, whatever it happens to be. I love the color on it. This is that greenish blue really hits. It's phenomenal. It's just a phone that you want to keep going back and using time and time again and feel so great in the hand. But the battery life's got to improve. They don't get a pass. And I've said this before in videos. See that badge there? That says Samsung. Doesn't say Qualcomm. Doesn't say Google. You can't blame Android 12. You can't blame the Snapdragon chip. You put your name on it. That $1,200 goes into your bank account. You're responsible for the battery life on this device. Period, ended. So they have to get that, I think, in my mind, up over 6 hours of screen on time before I'd be totally satisfied with this device. They do that. They clean up that shutter lag. This is it. This is the one you want. It's the one you've been waiting for. It's a little odd because we spend so much time learning about these devices now and knowing about them 6 months ahead of time that you feel like if you don't touch this phone to this bottle and there's wine in here after, that it's a disappointment. But at least for that money, they are providing something that I feel is going to hit with you, especially if you were a Note fan. So if you were someone who, the Note, if you're waiting for this one, if you love those features, this is absolutely the one to get. Take advantage of those pre-order bonuses. We're going to see next week how it stacks up with the Bluetooth, with the battery, with any updates that come out for day one, whatever it happens to be. But right now, I'm pleased with it. It's the one that's going to be in my pocket for a while. And I know when I switch out other phones, this is one that I'm going to be racing to get my SIM back into. And we'll see what you think. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.